Hey guys, how's everybody? I am back for Speak Life with the student teacher on my business page, the student teacher. My name is Simene, the student teacher. In the arena of education, I'm like the fire that's shut up in Jeremiah's bones to help ignite and reignite you to make a lasting impact on this now and this next generation, according to Jeremiah 20:9. But if I say that I'll never mention the Lord or speak in his name, his words burning my heart like a fire, I'm trying to hold it in and I just can't do it. And I want to say thank you to all of you guys. Hey Simone, thank you to all of you guys who have been tuning in on Sundays. When we started off, hey Miss Mary, when we started off, we did Thursdays and Sundays, and then we kind of scaled back to Sundays only. And I want to say thank you for those of you that have been tuning in since the inception of this. This was an idea that the Lord gave me one day, probably in February, end of January. I was in the DMV department. Well, they call it something different here, but from North Carolina, they call it Denisha Parker, Henry Moore. In North Carolina, they call it the Department of Motor Vehicles, but here in Maryland, they call it something else. And I was literally, it was like a 2-3 hour wait, and I was literally just writing down the things he told me about this Speak Life in my phone. And here it is months later where the Lord has allowed me to connect with so many different men and women. It started off with people who know Simene, not the student teacher, not what, you see me doing on social media, but me personally. So I with my family, with my friends, and it has expanded to people who has helped me along this journey. And so I'm so grateful and I'm so thankful. And Dr. Sharon, hey, Dr. Sharon has been very instrumental to my growth here as an author, my growth here as an educator in Maryland. And I'm so grateful and thankful. I met her at the top of last year in an authors group, and we connected. And it wasn't until last November when I was at Playtime is Over conference with Sharon Woods here in Virginia. My then coach, Dr. Akina Finch, gave me a free ticket, and she was like, I want you to come. I want you to be in the room. And she ended up going upstairs, and she left me downstairs with Stevie, with Dr. Sharon. We had lunch, dinner that night, and I talked to her, and it's like, it's been on ever since. So the fact that you just show up to places that God sends you, because a lot of times we go places that God is not there, God did not send us, and then we come back and be disappointed and say, well, that conference or that workshop, it really wasn't good. But God didn't tell you to go to anyway. I mean, it might have been good, it just was not there. It wasn't for you. And so, I've been on her show. She was a part of the Harvard Teacher Symposium, but she had death in the family, so she wasn't actually able to be there. But she's a great, great woman. Just a nice, sweet, wholesome spirit. And I told her, I said, I don't know if it's because you're from North Carolina, but she's very nice. Very, very nice. And when she come on, you will hear her. She will, I don't know what she's going to share, but I know whatever she's going to share is going to be a blessing to me and to all of you guys. So, again, thank you so much. December, we're going to end December. Next week, we're going to have, for the remainder of the month, we have Dr. Marquita Blaze. She is out of the Georgia area. A brother that I met online, his name is Reginald, or also known as Kingdom Works. And then another lady that I met in Tennessee in September, her name is Miss Stacy Lynn. And I went on her show. She has a show called Bible News Radio. I did a show with her back in October. And so we're going to round up November. December, I'm not going to do too much. If any of you guys are in the Maryland area, in 2 weeks, November 17th, Unmasked is going to be taking place. I'm really excited about what God is doing. But whenever God is moving, there is always going to be opposition. There's always going to be confrontation. There's always going to be blockages that the enemy try to put up. But I would share and say to all of you guys that no matter what you're going through, no matter what opposition comes your way, know that if God has chose you and called you for a specific time, for a specific assignment, that he is going to see you through. And sometimes the only way we know that God has brought us out is if we allow him to bring us out. Sometimes we depend on people and situations and circumstances, and it's not always the case. So I'm really excited. So as soon as I see Miss Dr. Sharon, when you come on, please say something. I will bring you on, because I don't want to belabor the time and prolong the time with you guys. I shared a couple minutes ago that I'll be back tonight, probably around 8:30, 9 o'clock, talking about friends with benefits. I used to have a lot of friends with benefits, ungodly benefits, benefits that didn't mean me any good, and benefits where they didn't mean me any good, and I didn't mean them any good. But I want to look at it from a biblical aspect of what God says about being a friend and what God says about friendships, because I believe that a lot of times we cling to people for the wrong reasons. We cling to people for selfish reasons, and when things don't work out, we upset and we say the person's not a good friend, or we say that the person did XYZ to us. But a lot of times it's our motives. He says he knows our hearts. Our hearts are wicked. They're desperately wicked. I mean, our hearts it's literally like we walk around looking for things to do that we should not do. And so I want to talk about that. There's a lot of people, I believe, that even in this hour, they feel like they are spiritual bastards, where if you don't have a spiritual mother or you don't have a spiritual father, that there must be something wrong with you. No, you have a heavenly Father, and I believe that he will place people in our lives that can serve as, yay! I believe that God will say spiritual mother, spiritual father, but if you don't have one, you still gonna be who God says you're gonna be. Dr. Sharon! Hey, guys, listen. I'm going to put out what I was saying later, because the one and only Dr. Sharon H. Porter is on Student Teacher to Speak Life to Us. And Dr. Sharon, first of all, I want to say thank you so much. Like, you, and I feel like I'm getting emotional. I know, right? You just been a very positive person, and I don't tell you this a lot, but you have extended your platform to me and encouraged me so many times that you didn't really know, and I'm just grateful. I'm just thankful for you and everything that you do for teachers and for students. You know, students and education is my heart, and I have not met too many people that are as passionate about education as you are. So thank you for that. So guys, this is the one and only Dr. Sharon H. Porter. She is from North Carolina, but she lives in Maryland now. She is an educator. She's an author. She's a wife. She's a daughter. She has the sweetest mom and the sweetest little dogs. She's a speaker. She has her own talk show. I Am the Dr. Sharon Show. She's a book coach. She has several books, but she just has a heart of gold. And I'm so excited that you are here today. So I trust that whatever you're going to say is going to bless us. And so anything that I have not said about you, anything you want to add, feel free. You have as much time as you want to speak life to us. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you okay.
Okay, good. Thank you so much. First of all, thank you, Simene. I tell you, and I think we met at a conference, maybe at Cheryl Wood's conference.
That's exactly what we met at.
Last year, right, exactly. Yep. And just have been connected ever since. So I'm grateful for you as well, because your passion for educators and the will to pray for our school districts across this country is phenomenal. So I applaud you. So thank you
so much. Thank you.
Absolutely. And so, when I found out that this was really just me talking, Simene, I was like, oh, wow, I don't really get that opportunity. So thank you.
Wow, you're welcome.
Thank you. There's always an agenda, right? So, and I said, what's really on my heart, I have about two things specifically that's really on my heart to talk about. And one is when we seek validation from others.
Wow.
Because I used to be one of those individuals who couldn't do anything unless I got approval from people. And it really hindered my progress. And so that's one of the things that I really wanted to speak to today, because once and I say delivered. I always say that once I was delivered from that, my life changed. And I just really want to get that out to individuals that we cannot focus on confirmation. We need to worry about affirmation. And so once you believe that it's you and you are enough, then you don't have to wait for others to confirm that for you. And it's so important because people are not always for you. They don't always have the best interests at heart. And I had to learn that the hard way. And, we out here trying to do what we want to do, trying to do what's in our hearts to do. And people may say that they're for you, but their actions say otherwise. But you cannot allow that to deter you from moving forward. You've got to keep going. And so that's just one of the messages that I wanted to share, because that's always on my heart. That was a block for me for a long time. And I say their actions, but also their inactions, because sometimes when people don't do that, we take that as a sign as well. Especially talking about support, because we know that support comes in many different ways. And when I started out in network marketing. And of course, we always go to those we know, your friends and your family. But I'm here to tell you that there's a whole world out there. There is a whole world out there. We cannot rely. And actually, it's not our family and our friends' responsibility to support us. Yeah. It really isn't. And I know that that's the easy thing to go to, but we can't allow them, because especially if you're like most entrepreneurs, you do 5, 6, 7 things before you get to the thing that you want to do. Right. So you can't always look for them to be, physically or financially on board with your dreams and your aspirations. They are yours. And so you just have to find your tribe, those who are with you. And then it will become easy, and you don't have to hunt people down to support you. And so that's really one of the things that has been on my heart to say. The next thing is about taking action. We lose out a lot of times because we think too long. We think long and you think wrong. Yeah. And again, that's from experience. In our school district, we do the strength finders, and deliberative is one of my top 5 strengths. And that, you're intentional, but you problem solve, and you take a long time, a lot of times, to do something. But I've learned not to do that, because if it's in my heart to do, and I always say, if it's legal, if it's ethical, and it aligns to my moral compass, then I'm going to take action and do it. And I'm just a witness that if you step out there on faith, everything else that you need will come to you. All the support you need, all the help you need will be right there for you. I've been there too many times, and not to know that whatever you need, you will have. Whatever you need. And so those 2 things I definitely wanted to say. But finally, Simene, I wanted to talk about our book that's coming out, North Carolina Girls in a Maryland World. It's been a long time. And first of all, I want to thank the girls, their patience. As a author, things come up, and actually business have picked up, which is a good thing. Yeah. So some things had to be slowed down just a little bit, but I am so excited about this book. And when I tell you, when I started out with you 6 phenomenal North Carolina girls, we have Tammy Dabney from Tarboro, we have LaShawna Patton-Jones from Charlotte, North Carolina, Cynthia Martin from Wanna Cove, Marion Wilkins from Winston-Salem. And so when I tell you I put this out, I received so many messages. Hey, I'm a North Carolina girl. And I just had to open it up a little further with some reflection. So while the 6 of us are being featured in the book, we have North Carolina girls all over this world providing brief reflections in this book. It's just going to be amazing. And so I'm excited that you are a part of this, representing Conway, Northampton County in North Carolina. So so excited about that on this book, and I guarantee we're going to have it released before the end of the year. It's really been a heartfelt project that I've worked on because I love North Carolina.
Yeah.
I love it. And at one time, I was ashamed of my accent living here in Maryland. And that's a part of that validation that I was talking about earlier. I had to let that go. I'm like,
Yeah.
you know what? I sound like I'm from North Carolina because guess what? I am from North Carolina. Born and raised and proud of it. And
Yeah.
so that this book is really going to celebrate our home state while we, of course, recognize where we are in the great state of Maryland.
Yeah.
But our hearts are in North Carolina.
Yeah.
And I'm just so indebted to you ladies for being a part of this. And I look forward to more projects with this because it's really something to say you're a North Carolina girl.
Yeah. It is. Dr. Sharon, like, wow, like, oh God, you share so many good things, but I think it's what you said about that validation, the actions or the inaction, and it's not our families or our friends' responsibility to support us. And so, just from your experience and all your wisdom, what would you share to somebody who God has given them something? They are kind of afraid to step out on it, but they know God is calling them, but because they're still looking for this validation from people, and they're looking for validation from either, family or ministry or whoever, what is something that you could tell them that's going to kind of help push them and say, hey, I am enough, I can
Mhm.
affirm myself and not wait on other people?
Exactly. And so, we can't do this walk alone. And collaboration is an awesome thing. And I say get yourself around some good people. You've got to find your people. And I call them helium people, Simene. I call them helium people. Let me tell you why. We have our dreams, we have our aspirations, and we have our goals, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we have to be very careful as to who we release those goals and aspirations to. So, and I see it like this. I see our goals, our dreams are like balloons, and we have them armful of balloons. You walk into one room, you have people who are ready to practice darts. What happens with
Wow.
people who are ready to practice darts? Anything that comes up, they're ready to what? Shoot it down, right?
Wow.
So it's like, so if you know you in a room full of those people, you need to hold to your dreams and aspirations because not going to do anything but shoot them down. So you walk into the next room and you have people with helium. What are they going to do? When they see it coming down, they're going to pump that thing right back up. They're going to say, oh no, I'm not going to let you fall. I'm going to keep you up.
That is good.
And that's what you have to find. You call them your tribe. I call them my helium people.
Wow.
You have to find the people who are going to lift you up, even when you can't lift yourself up, because it gets like that sometimes.
Yeah.
We get down, we get disgusted, we get overburdened. I mean, we get entrepreneurship is not for the faint at heart. And when you are trying to do this thing and you're passionate about it, it gets hard. And if you have those people there beside you, behind you, leading you, that's going to help you forward, that's really what you need. Because, it's one thing to learn your mistakes from yourself, but why not learn from others who walk that walk?
Mm-hmm.
And if you can find someone like that who is willing to share, and it's not all the way always about hiring a coach. And I'm a coach, and I'm gonna tell you, because you can find some good mentors out here that won't cost you a dime.
Yep.
Just spend some time with them, learn what they have to offer, and avoid some of those pitfalls. And then they will help you make that jump and that leap. They will encourage you to do that. So I would just say find that circle of people that's truly going to support you. Everyone in your circle is not in your corner, and you have to know that. You have to know that.
Wow. Everybody in your circle is not in your corner. Dr. Shan, that is so good. And guys, she is a living witness to what she just said. when we worked on projects together, Dr. Sharon's opened her home to me. She is a coach, but just being able to have somebody there to talk to love on, just to share ideas, like she is who she says she is right now. You know, sometimes you have people on and you see them on social media, then when you meet them, it's like, do you need a camera to talk to me? But this how she is right now is how she is in real life. And I love the fact that she said, even though she's a coach and I do coaching, that you don't always have to pay people. Like some people just are good at heart. Not to say that you rate people of their gifts and you keep from,
Right.
supporting or
Exactly.
hiring them, but you will
Exactly.
find people and you will know people who just willingly give to you. And so, let me share you. you are more amazing. And
Oh
I
my goodness.
love how when God allows me to bring people on, it's always a mess. What you shared about this validation and affirmation, this was for me. If it wasn't for anybody else tonight, it was for me. Because stepping out and doing things and not having the people that you thought would support you around, sometimes it gets hard. And sometimes I question, like, well, should I be doing this? And so thank you so much for sharing that, because it reaffirmed you blew you the helium person tonight. You blew back up what God has said for me to do.
Awesome.
And so I want to say thank you so much, guys. If you have questions, Denisha,
Thank
she is
you.
from Kentucky. Dr. Sharon, she says preach, Dr. Sharon. So if you guys
Oh,
have any questions or comments for Dr. Sharon, please put them in the comments. She is a woman with wisdom and vision. I always tell you guys, people that I bring on are people that God, has connected me with. So follow her. She has an I Am Dr. Sharon show. She's on Instagram. She's on Twitter. She's on LinkedIn. She's on Facebook. It is somebody you definitely want to follow. On Sunday, she does a show. Her show, I Am the Dr. Sharon Show. You can catch it Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. This is a woman of integrity, a woman of wisdom, that she can give you some really, really good things. And one thing I love about her is that even though she is so smart, she is degree, she know her stuff, she's just a nice, genuine person. Like her intellect, her knowledge, it doesn't get in the way for her being just a people's person. So if you want some good, wholesome knowledge, wisdom, Dr. Sharon H40 is the person that
oh,
you want to follow.
thank
Our
you.
book, NC Girls Living in the Maryland World. I will drop the link here. Pre-order your book. It's sure to bless you. It was some amazing women up there, and I believe that anything that Dr. Sharon puts out is worth your read, is worth your purchase. And so, Dr. Sharon, I want to say again, thank you so
Thank you.
much. I turn
Thank
it
you.
back over to you. You can close us out however you feel free to close us out.
Oh my God. Well, I thank you. And guys, first of all, Simene has given me all of this, but your heart is pure gold. And I thank you for your transparency. And I thank you for this platform because, like I said, it's not many times you just get here and talk how you want to.
Right.
Appreciate it. I appreciate it. It's my first Facebook Live interview like this. So, so
Yeah.
I'm so excited. Yes, I'm so excited. And so, guys, I just want to say thank you for everything that you're doing to support entrepreneurs. Support them if you can. And as I said before, don't seek your family and friends. Just it's a whole big world out there, and you just have to find your people. And I am just grateful that I am finding my people. It's taken some time,
Yeah.
bit by bit, but I'm finding the people that I know that are there for me and have my best interest at heart. And so thank you, Simene, for this. It has blessed me as well. You are awesome. You are great support. Anytime I need you, you are there. So I thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr.
Absolutely.
Sharon. So, guys, listen, share this with your friends. Tag an educator, tag an author. If you're looking for somebody to help you get your book done, Dr. Sharon, she is, and I can say this because I work with her. She's very professional. Like, she will do a great job. So,
Thank you.
reach out to her, follow her page, look and see what she's doing, and then you may be a part of the tribe that she is talking about. So, guys, I love you so much tonight. Thank you guys for tuning in. Share this with your friend. Tag an educator. Tag some friends. And Dr. Sharon, she trains assistant principals here in the district that we work in. So if you know some new teachers, some educators that are trying to become administrators, tell them to follow Dr. Sharon H. Porter. The lady has the goods. So I love you guys tonight. Be blessed in Jesus' name. Thank you so much, Dr. Sharon, and
Thank
I look
you.
forward
Thank
to us
you.
talking like really soon.
Absolutely.
All right.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Good night.